Alright, so this is Prezi, and if you haven't seen this before, this is what the page looks like. Come down here, there's a couple of different options. It has TED Talks, it talks about why you'd want to use it. Here you've got the for individuals, for business, so it's great for pretty much everything. Prezi is free, so what you would do is, if you haven't got an account yet, you go to Get Started, and this would take you to where you log in. Since I'm already logged in, I doubt it'll work for me though, so we are coming over here. You can buy other options, but normally you can also get it for free, but there are just different options and things that depend on what you do. So here's GoPro. I don't want to buy it, so I don't have it. Here you have all the presentations that you've ever made. These are the ones that are created by you. In this case, all the ones I've made are mine. And shared. So you can share these with others, and I'm going to go over that in a bit. So here are the two that I've made before. And then here are a couple others that are pre-made. So you can click on those if you want. These show up when you first get here. This one's kind of talking about how you can use the template and how you use Prezi, how you change stuff. It's just kind of teaching you how to use it. So if you wanted to make a new one and you haven't gone through that, then this is just kind of a quick basis on how you make it. So you just click to make a new presentation and it'll take a little bit to load. And it should, here it is, it should pull up a list of things that you can do, different options. There are some templates that are already pre-made and you can use those, or you can start from scratch. So that's what this is doing. It does take a little bit to load everything. Sometimes it's faster than others. So these are some of the latest. And as you can see, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are going to be the main pathways. This one's the same way. And you have the popular ones. These are ones people like to use a lot, obviously. You can also go to more, or you can search for a template. So here's just a bunch. If you wanted to search for something and say you wanted to do wind chimes, you could do a search for wind chimes and see if they had anything. So it's thinking, it's taking a little bit. And it just might not show something. We'll see. Nope, it's frozen on me. So it's taken a little bit, but you can do a search and see if it'll pull up anything. See what shows up. So if you see there's crossing a chasm right here, this would be great if you wanted to do some sort of like storyline or like possibly even motivational speaking. There are a bunch of different shapes and designs. I'm gonna just click on checkmate because it's not searching very well and say use template. So this is the full template now, and you've got a couple different options here. This one's home, so it's going to give you the whole view. This you can zoom in and out wherever you want. You can click to add your title. So when you first start, this is what's going to be seen, is this, the home view. Here you can add your title. This will show you which frame you're on. So this would be the first frame you go to. That one's the second, third, fourth, fifth, and all the way down. And you can skip views. You can go from here to here. It's not a problem. When you are zoomed in, you can also just click like this and move, which is an option. If you were going to click on this, you can double click and it'll zoom you into it. And you can click on the outside. Sometimes clicking on them is a little bit difficult, so if you zoom out, it's better at clicking it. So here you can see there are different colors. So you could change it to purple, you could change it to pink, like it'll just show you the preview of what it would be. These theme colors down here match the theme of the whole template that you pick. So whichever one you pick, it's going to match that one. So these are specific per each template. If you really like this shape and this design, you can add it to your favorites and it'll send that up. Type, you can change, you know, if you want it to be a rectangle, if you want it to be a bracket, anything like that. So you can change the shape of it, and those will change depending on which option you have chosen, which template you've used. So if we go back to home, you can see there's a 7 here. That means it's the last option. And there was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. So that is your path. If you click Edit Path, it'll show you the whole path. And if you want to remove something in the path, you take it outside of an option. So I don't know what that is. You would grab it and move it. So since there isn't an option, it's gone. That's what that does. If you want to add a new one in, you would click Add and drag it here. And that one puts your new one back in where it belongs. So you've got all of those, where you want them, how you want them. You can rearrange things however you want. You can add things, you can take things out. If you wanted to have the title have one, you could have one. To do an order, if you go over a box that isn't already having one on it, or even one that does, if you want it to come back, it'll give you that little 8 there that you see, and that's saying that one's the next one in the case. So if you wanted to go here and then up here, you'd grab the plus and go up here. So you can add them in wherever you want. It really doesn't matter. And these animations, which that is not what I was trying to do. The animations, which is what I was which I was having a little bit of trouble with before, but what that is you can kind of change how it moves, how it chooses to move. And this might be something that's a little bit more on premium because it's not pulling up a lot of options for me. But that's what that is. I wouldn't be surprised if it is a premium thing. If you notice, the gold is showing, I do believe it's which one we're on right now. And so you can see where you are here and where you are here. It's pretty user-friendly for the most part. You can customize it. So you can change the pathway, you can change the background, you can change the colors. You could change which template you're using, or you could put your own background. Anything like that. These are the different themes. So like you change the theme, it makes it nighttime, so it's the same template, but it's a different theme. Anything like that. Insert is to add in your own images. So there are images on your computer, symbols and shapes, YouTube videos, or things that you added to your favorite, which is what I showed you before. You have to have Pro to be able to do charts unless you've made them somewhere else and then bring them in. You've got arrows, so instead of just having the lines, you could actually have arrows drawing where you wanted it to go. So a lot of these are things that pull up with what you are looking for. So there are they pull up in the actual Prezi, like they already have them. So that makes things really nice. You've got a bunch of simple images, you could use whatever you want. For the images, most of the time it's going to be searching on your own computer. As you can see, it pulls up your computer stuff. So if you have something saved that you want to use, that works really well. These can be moved with the hand, and if you see, it gives you a little line to show the alignment, which is really nice. Control Z will move something back into place. And if you look, it's already got words in here, and the entire words moves with this box. Now, if you decide to put in your own words somewhere, like say I went like this, and if you double click, you can add your own words. So I can put something like this, but then if I decide to try and move my circle, it doesn't always move with you, sometimes it will. And so it's just something to be aware of. I did one where I had a text thing and it looked like it would work just fine, and then I tried to move it and it wouldn't. So the background you can't really move around too much, but see the things like the arrows that are already in here, all of that's movable. And then when you want to demo it, you just go to present, and we'll go through a quick presentation. It's like PowerPoint, you just click left and right. So this is your opening view, and you would go one, left, click again, and it just will pop you around to each of them. And then you zoom back out. And if you want to go back, you just click the back button, and when you're finished, you click escape. And that's how you finish checking out your presentation, seeing how well things move, how things zoom. If you have any questions, ratios, anything like that, you can finish that, and then when you're done and want to save, you just click exit, and it will save it for you right here, so you don't even have to click a save button. There is one here that's available. These buttons here will also undo and redo, but when you click exit, it'll autosave for you and bring you out to your main page. So that'll show you your presentation, and if you go back to your main Prezi now, because we've already seen the presentation. If you go back to your main Prezi now, you see it's got a really weird name. If you just click, you can change that to whatever you'd like. And you can organize these, delete them, duplicate them, add them to a folder, and you can also share them. Now, unless you've upgraded and you've paid, then you cannot have either of these privacy settings here. You can only have the anyone. You can say other people are not allowed to duplicate your Prezi if you want people to be able to see it but not be able to copy it. You can share it by using this URL. If you wanted to make the URL shorter, then you could find a URL shortening device that works really well. And you could say, hi, I want you to come help me on this, work on it. So you can share it with other people. It's great for using that way. And it makes it so that different people can work on the same thing at the same time. And that is just a quick thing of how that works. You can sign out here, do all of that. And there's a lot of places to look for questions and answers. So that's Prezi.